All right, so we are going now to that interview I was telling you all about with Arthur Lockjack, because they have a Women in Leadership conference coming up. My guests, Dr. Kamla Mangal and Nicole Marine. Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning.
Good
Thank
morning.
you. Hi.
Tell me about this conference, this women's conference coming up.
Okay, well, I'll start. The Women in Leadership Conference is one that we have held for the past 10 years or so. And we've brought some terrific women who are really strong leaders in their fields, women who are changing the game, the way we do things in industry, the way we do things in organizations. And really it's to inspire women in Trinidad and Tobago so that we can bring out the very best that really lies dormant in all of us. We have seen in the society, yes, women are participating in the workforce, but what we have also seen is that we are not at the highest levels of the organization. It means that something is holding us back. And perhaps we have been in the business of making glass as we have been in the recipients of what is called a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
So this conference is designed to help us to guide people to remove that ceiling and to be all that they can be.
Strong women, strong girls, kick some glass. I see that up on top there and I'm like, how did you come up with that?
Well, that came from a place of really wanting to challenge ourselves as women, really wanting to know that there are no limitations. Why do we impose these internal barriers? We talk about climbing the ladder to success in the organizations, but besides that, what are we doing internally, and how are we training ourselves or molding and developing ourselves to be ready for that that success when it comes? So, in other words, to help us really kick that glass ceiling, not necessarily that we find in the organization, but within us, those that we impose on ourselves.
And do you think this conference would achieve something like that?
No, absolutely. We are really expecting this conference to bring to the fore some of the things that women do, I guess, absent-mindedly or unknowingly, that limit themselves. And we're going to have the help of our expert featured speaker, and she's going to really lead us through some strategies to help us overcome those things.
And Dr. Mangal, who would be the featured speaker?
Well, Gail, she is the former vice president of CNN. So Gail Evans really talks about how, from her experience, how we have stopped learning to play in the space of business. She says to us that we have never learned the rules of business. We have never learned the rules of the game, but we found ourselves in this space. So she guides us to understand these rules so that we could play in this space well. The thing about women is that we have the ability to play in several spaces a lot faster, and it's simply because of, there's this part down in the middle of the brain. We can cross left to right. So when you guys start to speak numbers, we somehow stood back from that. But we are quite capable of doing it. The boardroom is going to demand numbers.
Why do you think that is,
though? Well, there are several studies that put people, try to tell people some things about themselves. When you tell people some things about themselves, they believe it. So if you tell somebody, I'm Asian, this was a particular study. They said you're Asian, and Asians are great at numbers. You go into a numbers game with that kind of a psyche, and your performance is significantly different. So we have historically thought women were not great at numbers, and that is not so at all.
When is this conference, and is there a cost to attend?
Certainly. This conference is going to be held on the 19th of September. One thing that's different this year is that we have added a second day, which we are going to focus on our girls, our young girl bosses, and that is going to be held on the 22nd of September. And we're doing it differently again, in that we have adopted a sort of paid-forward mentorship approach. So you register for the Women in Leadership Conference at a cost of 4,355 TT, and that makes it possible for one young female leader to attend the Girls in Leadership Conference.
And how can people get more information?
They can contact us at the Arthur Lockjack Global School of Business. Our number is 645-6700, extension 299. Alternatively, email us at conferencing at lockjackgsb.edu.tt.
And there will be local speakers as well.
Absolutely. So we have a great panel of local speakers from First Citizens Bank, Sana Ragbear, who is the managing director. She's an investment banker. We also have Sasha Thompson, who's the chairperson of Digicel, Charlene Pedro, who owns her own company. So these are all great women. And I think the women who come to Women in Leadership are really astounded about what is out there in terms of women's capabilities, and even more astounded that they themselves can achieve those great heights.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Kamla Mangal and Nicole Moraine, Arthur Lockjack School of Business, for coming in and chatting with us about this initiative to help women and girls. It's Strong Women, Strong Girls, Kick Some Glass. This is now on TTT. We take a break and come back with more.